Good morning, friends and colleagues on Google Meet and students on Carmel Live. Students, I hope you've been having a good break after your semester 3 exams. All right. We do not have many students who have joined. We were expecting almost at least about 150. At last count, we had 62. Girls, please tell your friends and from these classes to please join. Okay, and if they haven't, then please convey CRs. Please convey whatever instructions have been given to you in the next few minutes to your classmates. All right. Okay. So we're looking at welcoming you all back on campus on the 2nd. Okay. And of course, we're looking at, as I told the first, the carnival weekend. And do enjoy yourselves, do have fun, and come back fully refreshed and ready to attack semester 4. But before that, we need you to do something very important by this evening. Okay? As I said, by this evening. We need you. This is not new for you. You are already been in college last year. You have to choose your generic electives and you have to choose your skill enhancement courses. All right? Okay. Again, you have already done with semester 3. So you know that your generic elective should not be a subject that you take as one of your major subjects. So none of your DSC subjects. Your skill enhancement course, however, may be one of the subjects that you offer as a DSC. It may not. Okay. The choice is yours. The screen has a slide up there. It has the generic electives in one column and the skill enhancement courses in the other. Okay. This link may have gone out to science students and some of you may have joined the YouTube link. I can't see the YouTube participants. However, science students, I think your science does not have a generic elective at this SY level at semester 4. And I think your skill enhancement courses have already been decided because they are expected to be of a certain subject or whatever. So science students, if you have received this link, you may leave. Okay. You do not need to be at this meeting. And I don't think there's going to be a Google form being sent to you either. Okay. That is something the science faculty, the departments will handle on their own. So we are only looking at the 7. Huh? Daniel is there? Yeah. Okay. Daniel, Professor Daniel, Dr. Daniel now from the Department of Chemistry at the outset would like to say a few things. I think art students don't go anywhere. Science students, if you haven't gone anywhere, please stay. I have got this message that Professor Daniel wants to say something. Daniel, please come on board. Daniel, please come. You speaking? Just a minute. If you are already live, Daniel, we cannot hear you on Google Meet. Okay. All right. Some technical snag at the moment. We will sort that out. Okay. Until then, you are stuck with me. Okay. And soon I will hand over to the other department members, members from the other departments. But just to bring to your notice, history is not offering a skill enhancement course. All right. All of the other seven, we have seven humanities. One, two, three, four. No, seven humanities departments are all offering generic elective, and except for history, will not be offering a SEC. Okay. Okay. Only history will not be offering SEC. So we're waiting for students. A Google form will be sent to you at the end of after this by 1 o'clock latest. We expect you to please fill that up by this evening. All right. Put in your queries, type in your queries on Kamal on the YouTube channel. They'll be handed to me. I'll read them out and ask the concerned faculty member to take your query. All right. If you have anything about any particular query about the nitty gritty of that subject, as I said, you can change your generic elective. You can change your SEC. You can opt for another subject. You know, it gives you a more diverse perspective into all the humanities subjects. You can continue with the same generic elective or skill enhancement course. Choice is yours. But as questions come in, we will ask the faculty members to take it. Take the question. Meanwhile, Daniel, are you there? Would you like to come? I say something. All right. So while you're formulating those questions in your head, I will ask Dr. Daniel. I will ask Dr. Daniel from the Department of Chemistry to say something. He needed to say something to the students. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get the question. That what do you want me to tell them about?
I really don't know, Daniel. I was told that you wanted to address the students. But there are no science students here. The link was sent to science students. I'm not sure they've joined because we asked them to leave since their SECs have already been decided.
Yeah, yeah. So we mine was only to talk if there are any science students regarding their SEC. So whatever SEC subject they had in their third semester, they will have to repeat that SEC subject in their fourth semester. Uh, if someone wants to change an SEC subject, it can only be done through mutual exchange. That means if a person is switching from say chemistry to botany, another person has to switch back from botany to chemistry. So for science, it's only for science subjects. Okay, the SEC science, to change your subject, it has to be done only through a mutual exchange.
Okay, so science students that sound a little low. Okay, you have to take your SECs, continue with your SECs that you have, preferably continue with the same SECs that you had in semester 3. And if you do want to change, it has to be a mutual exchange. If somebody is shifting from botany to chemistry, then vice versa. Somebody has to shift from chemistry to botany. Only then it will be allowed. Otherwise, it will be status quo. You will continue with that. Okay, so that has been clarified. Okay, our students, are questions coming in? I'll ask Ma'am Faye, and we have other people here. Stand by, looking at your queries as they come in. Okay, once again, the same query is coming. Can I take the same GE as DSC? No, you cannot take a GE. If you have got English, psychology, history, for example, you cannot take an English, psychology, or history GE, but you can take an English or a psychology SEC. History is not offering SEC. Okay, you cannot take a GE from the same 3 subjects that you have offered for as your major subjects. Okay, I think by now we have been saying that. We said that a million times. Yes, Google form. Will a Google form be sent? Query. Yes, Google form will be sent by 1:30 in your case. We've just had the meeting with the first years. It got over. You will send it to you by 1 or 1:30 for sure. there will be a Google form sent, and then I urge you, please fill up the Google form immediately, at least by this evening. Okay? All right, it has to be done today so that we have tomorrow and Monday to sort out everything so that we can start. Unlike what happened in the month of September when you came in and you were still jumping around. Okay, we want to start. This is a shorter term. We want to start on day one with classes in earnest. We're dealing with other challenges of physical classes and everything. So please fill up the form by this evening. So, second year students, there shouldn't be too much of problem. You've done this before, at least 4 or 5 times before, filling up forms online. Do it by 6 o'clock in the evening latest so that we have it all collated and ready and the Excel sheets to work with when we come to work tomorrow morning. Right? So yes, Google form will be sent. Please fill it up today. Okay. Anything else? Okay. MIL girls, again, we will sort it out on Wednesday when you come. It's only a question of the 3 language courses. Should anyone like to shift? Yes, you can shift. You can change English to Hindi Konkani, Hindi to Konkani English, Konkani to Hindi English. You can, but that is simple. We will do that very quickly when you come on Wednesday. Okay, by Thursday that will be sorted out. Let's not complicate this form with MIL. This form is only for your generic elective and your SEC. And do they have a choice 1 and 2? Okay, and this form is complicated in that there will be a choice 1 for both, a choice 1 and choice 2 for generic elective, choice 1 and choice 2. So, you're actually going down, there will be 4 sets of boxes you have to tick. Just concentrate on your generic elective and SEC. Choose option 1, choose option 2. All right. We have about 160 students, 180 early on the rolls. Maybe a few are not on the radar anymore. So we have to be very judicious, very fair. Every subject has to get a minimum number. After they have finished with the minimum number, we can do top-ups if there are more takers for one particular subject. All right, at both the generic elective and the SEC. Okay, especially generic elective, because all 7 departments have to get a minimum of about 25 students, right? 20 to 25, at least minimum 20, but we would prefer 25, and we will stop at 30. Okay, so we will see how that happens. Give your choice 1, give your choice 2. If we are forced to make a choice will be depending on your previous performance in the subject, whatever. That call will be taken by a committee. Again, the same question which I addressed, the query is, should the students continue with the same SEC? As I said, choice is yours. You can continue with the same SEC. You can also change your SEC. Changing a subject for a humanities student is just giving you a wider, perspective into society. The humanities subjects are totally interdependent. There is no literature without history. There is no history without literature. Okay, and everything depends on human psychology and pet puja money. So it's economics, psychology, history, and the language. I said English, but either the languages, and we may pretend we do not like politics, but politics affects our lives all the time. And so there you have all the subjects totally intertwined and intermingled. Okay, so the whole idea of generic electives is that you have a wider perspective to all the humanities courses. Colleges across the country have much more interdepartmental subjects. Of course, colleges abroad, even engineering and medical students do philosophy and logic and all of these courses. So that's the thing. So a skill enhancement course is supposed to be more experiential, more a skill thing, something that you may, and most of the I guess the subjects also will be like to do worksheets and stuff like that. So there may be if there's something that is not being addressed in the major papers, which tend to be more theoretical, you could take a skill enhancement course. For example, if you are doing political science and economics, and a third subject, whatever, at the BA. That's what you intend doing. But you intend to drop, let's say, one subject. You intend to drop political science and continue with economics major, or with, then you can, it would be good to do a skill enhancement course in that subject or whatever. It could be a subject that you are passionate about and you want to know a little more, and you want to know some aspect of skilling in that subject. Continue with that. So SEC is a free choice. You can choose, you can change. Generic elective, you can choose only those which are not your major subjects. You can change. You can change in semester 4. Okay, that is available. But as I said, subject to all other criteria being met, subject to a minimum number in every department and a maximum number, a minimum and a maximum number. Okay, which will be done by a committee. One person doing it. Everybody is. It's all very democratic and egalitarian. Everyone is, sitting around and doing it. So that will be done with keeping in mind always, benefit to the students. Okay, that's how we function. Another query? Okay, so these are the general queries. Would somebody like to talk about, let's talk about history and world religion, Sanford? Sanford is there?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi.
Yeah, ma'am.
So Sanford, because they only have a generic elective, let's start with history.
Yeah. Hi, students. Good afternoon. Students, this semester I will be taking G for semester 4. Now, as the title of the paper is History of World Religions. Now, personally speaking, this is my most favorite paper among all the papers that I teach. And every year I really get excited to teach this paper. Now, those who are opting for this paper, girls, I don't want you all to take this paper just for the heck of it, because you all have to take a G and you all will have to answer a paper at the end. No, this paper I want you all to take because you all are getting an opportunity to learn about values, morals, philosophies of different religions, which you all can apply to your day-to-day life. You all can practice that, okay, and it will help us in becoming good human beings. And isn't that the ultimate aim of education, making us better human beings? No, we'll be learning about the philosophy of Krishna, the simplicity of Buddha. We have the discipline of Mahavir. Okay, we have the compassion of Jesus, the charity in Islam. It's wow. It's really, really, really a beautiful paper. And as I told you in the beginning only, I get excited. Every year, I myself learn something new about these religions. And when we learn about these philosophies, the ideologies of different religions, girls, we tend to understand these religions better. With understanding comes respect. And with respect comes, communal harmony. And I think that is what we actually need in today's day and age. Okay, so girls, I'm really hoping to see y'all. I know last semester it was not me who took history, the G, but I'm hoping this semester I see most of y'all for this paper. Okay, you're all welcome to take this paper. Thank you, girls.
Thank you, Sir Sanford. All right. Will Department of Hindi come in and explain both your generic elective as well as your skill enhancement course? Sahitya or Hindi cinema and Samachar Sankalan or Lekhan. The generic elective, which is for non-Hindi major students, and the skill enhancement course, which can be for either. Just give ma'am a moment there. Okay, she's getting online. No question. Just explain your paper, generic elective and skill enhancement.
Hello, good afternoon, students. In the GE, for the GE, you have the paper Sahitya or Hindi cinema. In that, you have 4 subtopics. That is Hindi cinema, Udbhav or Vikas, is the main origin of Hindi cinema and its development. Then cinema Nirman ki Prakriya, the process of cinema production. साहित्य और सिनेमा का अंतर संबंध means interrelation between the literature and the cinema. And there are total 16 movies in your syllabus. So this whole GE syllabus is on literature, that is Hindi literature and the Hindi cinema. So some movies will be shown to you, and we have to do study of the literature with the novels, and we have to also see the link, this connection between the literature and the films which are produced. Similarly, for SEC, the name of the paper is Samachar Sankalan or Lekhan. For this paper, you have to only study about the main samachar, that is news. The definition of the news, what are the elements required for the news, then how the news are formed, then about the reporting, the different types of reporting, then about some electronic mediums. So basically, the paper is about the news as well as the reporting.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay, thank you.
Vishaka. Yeah. Something you want to say? Yeah, continue. Thank you, Vishaka. So news, views, reporting, Hindi films. Okay. Remember, the greatest movies have all been made on novels, but in any language of the world, actually. So those are the two things that the Department of Hindi will be tackling in their generic elective and their skill enhancement course. I request Department of Political Science to take over, please. And after political science, economics can go online. I'll put on my camera, right?
Good morning, good afternoon, students. The Department of Political Science, as you know, offers 2 GE papers. In semester 3, we had a GE paper, leadership skills in politics. Yes, human rights in India, human rights movement. In this semester, we are offering you a GE paper called Women's Movement and Empowerment. Okay, this paper talks about the origin and development of the women's movement. It also deals with social, economic, and political aspects of women empowerment. Doing a paper in women's movement and empowerment, students will enable you to understand the rights of women and contemporary issues relating to women in general. Okay, so that's about the paper that we have. Thank you.
That's generic elective, Rizan. Rizan, what about the skill enhancement?
Skill enhancement, Chris will speak about the skill enhancement paper.
Okay. Okay. Is it Chris Santao? Please come on.
Yes. Hello, students. The paper is Public Opinion and Survey Research. And in this paper, we will learn various skills related to research, which is something very important. And next year, for your TY project, you all are going to take up a project. So research skills are going to be taught here. And in the previous years, we have also collaborated with village panchayats and also try to evaluate various schemes of the government. So yeah, so this is the practical aspect of this particular paper. Thank you.
Thank you, Louisanne. Thank you, Chris. Yeah. So there again, students, women's empowerment is gender studies is affects psychology. It affects all the literary papers, all the languages. Okay. It is part of all of the history as well as economics, kind of thing. So everything depends on today women make up half our population. Are they involved in half of the entrepreneurship or the the stuff that happens in society? All of the to understand, girls, that all the humanity subjects are very, very deeply intertwined, because that is what society is. Which is why the generic elective challenges you by asking you, demanding from you to do a course from another subject. Economics can come on board. I had told you to be ready. Economics would like to come now. Yeah, Pooja?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Will take over. Explain both, Pooja, and if yourself or anyone else, both the generic elective as well as
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much. So good afternoon, student. I'm Pooja Yadav from the Department of Economics. And Department of Economics is offering Demography and Population Studies as a GE paper. Now, the objective of this paper is basically to expose students to various concepts concerning population of India and to provide an in-depth understanding of the same, and also to make aware the population problems and various measures to tackle it. Okay, so in this paper, you'll be learning about the growth and distribution of India's population. You'll be looking at, what is the size of the population? Okay, what is the population density? What are the causes for population growth? We'll be also learning about the structure of India's population, the characteristics of India's population. At the same time, we'll be also learning about the birth and death rate in India. Okay, we'll be also learning about migration in India and what are the different population policies and how does population have an impact on the economic development of India. All of this we'll be learning through this paper. Okay, now moving on to SEC, that is the skill enhancement course. We are offering financial economics. Okay, now financial economics, as you all know, is an important branch of economics. Okay, and it will provide you knowledge about the exciting world of banking and finance. Okay, it is a fascinating area with rapid change and innovation taking place in Indian as well as international financial market. So, for example, there are various financial innovations happening, like online banking, credit cards, then various modes of electronic transfers happening. Okay, then you'll also learn about blockchain technology, bitcoins, share market, all of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Pooja. So there again, girls, two very practical papers. Remember, a lot of these papers, a lot of think tank has sat and put these papers together for you because these are areas where jobs are going to be available, the jobs of the future, in population studies, in the media, in film, whether it's film or literature or whatever, in women's empowerment. Today, there are jobs available with NGOs, with the government also coming up with a lot of these survey-based jobs. Yes, we have Ma'am Shubha from the Department of Konkani. She had left, so I was trying to waste a little time. Shubha, will you come on board and explain the Konkani GE and SECs?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, students. The GE paper that is offered by the Department of Konkani is the Goiche Lok Sanskritik Dais, also renamed as Study of Goan Folklore, wherein we study about the Goan culture, the Goan traditions, various festivals that are celebrated in Goa at various points of time. The topics that are covered here are the local festivals like Sanjao, then various Shigmo is coming now, that also we study. Then we study about the clothing of the people of Goa, the various ornaments that the Goan people wear that are more liked by most of the people. The typical games which were played at various points of time in the Goan history and which are still being played in various parts of Goa, not like cricket or football, but games like Logorio, we have Fatrani. There are some typical cultural games which were played earlier. Those games we study. Also, we have under generic elective, we have one more topic called as Paramparik Vyavasai, wherein we study the various occupations that are being undertaken in Goa. For example, we have farming, we have fisheries, we have the local flower vendors who collect flowers from various places, the typical flowers which are grown in Goa, which are used for various functions or various festivals. So this paper basically focuses on teaching the students about Goan culture and tradition, and also the students gain knowledge about local Goan culture through this paper. The SEC paper that is offered by the Department of Konkani is Film Nirmiti Parichay. Also, under this paper, we teach about the preparation of various forms of cinema. For example, we have short films, we have documentaries, we have poetry films. Also, we have short clippings also YouTube video, short YouTube videos. So we teach the students how to prepare all these types of all these forms of cinema, wherein how they can take any story and convert it into cinema, convert it into documentary, or convert any poem into a short video. It also involves learning of some theoretical concepts which are very important in the preparation of cinema. The cinema which we normally watch for 3 hours or 2.5 hours, the entire procedure which the cinema has to go through to come on screen is taught to the students under this paper. So, with studying this paper, by studying this paper, students can come to know about the making of cinemas, how the cinema is made, how short films are made, how documentary films are made, and how poetry films are made. Thank you.
Thank you, Shubha. That sounds interesting. You know, with girls with OTT platforms proliferating today, the film medium, the audiovisual medium has a lot of possibilities, a lot of earning possibilities also in the future. And of course, we are a sum total of our myths, our folklore. You know, I mean, to give you an example of an interdisciplinary thing, you know, it has been studied. Remember, all of these papers have a lot of research possibilities. That is why they're being put up as GE and SEC papers. And, you know, even today it has been studied, for example, even financial decisions we make depend on our, you know, our DNA, our myths, our beliefs, which are deeply ingrained in our DNA. Okay, so knowing about our folk heritage is and realizing why we react or think or feel the way we do would be a wonderful learning experience. I have Dr. Michelle Fernandez on standby, who will now discuss and explain to you the psychology of the area.
Thank you, Roxanne, and good afternoon, dear students. We are the last on the list, but I think you will notice that we are offering to both the GE and the SEC paper.
We still have English left.
Oh, English is still left?
Yes.
Okay. Not the last. So GE, as Roxanne has already mentioned, it would be for students who have not taken psychology as their DSE paper. And it's a very interesting paper. It is looking at media and how psychology affects media and how media, it's like media studies. So we're looking at media and the psychology behind that. We're looking at advertising and how, psychology is used in advertising, how it is used to increase sales, make things more popular, etc. We are also looking at why do people actually get affected by advertising and how advertising attracts people to buy things. Okay. Besides that, we are also looking at the ethical dimensions to advertising. So we all know that there are a lot of products that advertise things that they don't actually provide. So we're looking at how the ethical dimensions to advertising. We are also looking at the various issues in media psychology, and that would include how sports and media are affected, how children are affected by media, both positively and negatively, how adolescents are affected by media, how adolescents' body image, for example, is affected by media, how media influences violence in individuals. So it's a very interesting paper. Both the papers, that is the GE and the SEC paper, don't have a practical component. They are theory papers only. The next paper is a skill-based, and that is psychology and life adjustment. Again, a very interesting paper in the sense we are all adjusting, okay, to life situations, and we are looking at how we adjust to modern life. We're looking at what is adjustment, what you consider as normal, what you consider as abnormal, and it's a very fine line between what is normal and what is abnormal. And people who are considered as normal are people who have learned to adjust to their surroundings. Okay, so we are looking at adjustment. We are looking at how we form relations, intimate relations, how we form relations, how we adjust to these, intimate relations that we form, how you can improve communication, how to understand individual differences, and so on and so forth. We also look at how you make careers. I mean, how do you decide on a career? How do you make career choices? The various models. How do you create a goal for your career and things like that? So these are a gist of the two papers that you will be studying. So we are looking forward to having you all in our classes and engaging with you all in psychology and media and psychology and life adjustment. That's all,
Dr.
Roxanne.
Michelle.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Michelle. Yeah, life is all about, workplaces of tomorrow are all about teamwork and ability to work with diverse people, not just multicultural Indian, but a global workforce, right? So these
Yes,
are very
very
practical
true.
papers. And, it was Marshall McLuhan who said that advertising leads to the moronization of man. So we basically become, advertisement makes us into morons. A lot of subliminals over there in terms of signs, symbols, all of this. Interesting papers and connected, in the somewhat in the same way, but not about so much about about subliminals, about the way we get affected by advertising and all the other media. Today there is so many more media avenues with social media and the OTT platforms, and how language is gendered. Language is indicates class distinctions. In India, language is also about caste distinction in the way language is used, communication and language is used. And both the English papers, media and communication skills and English in the workplace, tackle some of these very, very practical issues. I have Ashwini, who's doing media and communication skills. Yeah, I have Ashwini and Aisha. Professor Aisha, and I think come on board and tell you a little more in detail. These papers are being handled by her, by Ma'am, and by Ma'am Lorraine, who actually is not here with us today, but who actually has an MSc, a Master's in Media and Communication from Manipal. She was our student. She graduated from Carmel College, and she went on to do an MSc, and she has worked in public relations in Kuwait and in other international firms. She also works with a few five-star hotels in India, in Goa, and she, delivers this paper in a very, very interesting and practical manner. But we'll have Ma'am Aisha tell you about a few components of this paper. Aisha?
Good afternoon, students. I hope you all are doing well. We are so excited to have you all on campus next week after almost 2 long years. And I'm here to speak about media and communication skills, which is a GE paper. Now, media and communication skills is going to introduce you to what exactly mass communication is. You being Gen Z consume mass communication the most. You have so many things to deal with, that is like social media, advertisements, we have other media writing, radio and television. These are the different mass mediums that we are going to be discussing in this paper. And it is very, very interesting since we have Ma'am Lorraine, like Ma'am Roxanne spoke about, who is kind of an expert and has a lot of experience in this field. We also bring on different resource persons from specific the specific fields to talk to you, which will kind of give you an insight into reality. You will also be able to kind of get an understanding if you want to pursue a career in media. So it is a very, very good paper for you to get to know a lot more about mass communication. And I'm looking forward to see a lot more students. Last semester for GE, we had around 16 students. I hope I see a lot more students engaging in this class. I will ask Sir Brian to speak a little more about English at the Workplace, which is an SEC paper offered by the Department of English.
Thank you, Aisha. Brian, please come on board. Dr. Brian.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you, ma'am Roxanne, and thank you, Aisha, for giving me the cue to begin. I say, if I was in your place, students, and I looked at the syllabus that you're going to go through at this paper, English at the Workplace, I would be most delighted. I wish I had this kind of paper before I started my working life. This paper is a paper that's going to jumpstart your career because, as it says, it's English at the Workplace. Now, most of us who are involved in assessments and checking answer papers right now, at this very moment, will realize how written English is a huge pitfall, not only in English language departments, but across all departments. And sad to say, but true, English is deteriorating and rapidly. With this over-reliance on social media and short forms, we realize that formal English is really being, gently shown out of the door. That may work at some point, but when it comes to a job, you may either lose it or win it on the strength of your competency in English. You're in the college now for a couple of years more, and then you'll be introduced to the wide world out there. And it's your skills which are going to, keep you in good stead. I like the course because it's graded. It starts from basic grammar, and then it gets on to written communication, which would include letters of appointment, letters of resignation, a lot of which I've seen in my career in Delhi and in Goa. Sometimes the wording of the resignation letter also is very important because if you miss a clause, they may not give you a salary for a month. So expressing yourself precisely and with clarity is very important. There is report writing, content writing, and what I really like is writing with respect to multimedia. And we end with interviews and allied communication, which includes RTI. So this is just the tip of the iceberg of what this paper is going to equip you with. But I must say it's very modern because we're looking also at writing content, and many of our students are also, simultaneously working as content developers. So there's so much more to be explored here. At the same time, you get a handle on how to present yourself with your best foot forward in the corporate world or any place that you want to take up a job in. So this is a paper titled English at the Workplace, and it's going to be really something that a lot of you really need because you need to chisel your English before you get to TY. Yeah. So thank you, Roxanne. Over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Brian. Yeah.
Welcome.
So that's a roundup of all the subjects. Yes, English is important. It's important as a second language, as a language of business and communication, especially when today the global workplace is global and, language is, as I said earlier, is gendered. And it's also, taken out of context can mean different things at different times. You have to negotiate the space very carefully. And you remember one thing, coming from Goa, the nationally and internationally, a lot of opportunities available is because of our ability in English. Okay, not only as Goa, even in India, because remember, we are a post-colonial English is the language that the colonizers left behind. And if we are ahead of China and many other parts of Southeast Asia in the global workplace today, it is because of our strengths and facility with the English language, okay? Which the other nations, remember, China is catching up very quickly, okay? So these are interesting papers, very practical papers. Those who have done them will know, and please, choose them. If you do not have, choose the generic elective. If you do not have English as a DSC, choose the skill enhancement course, either way, from any subject group, okay? I think we'll wrap up there. We were supposed to finish at 12:30. The form will be sent. Once again, there is a query. Students who may have joined a little later, because I think we began with 62. We're now looking at about 130 on the Carmel Live channel. Again, students put in a query. When does college begin? Girls, we are happy to announce college begins on the 2nd of March, Wednesday. Okay? See you here on campus on Wednesday, and from Wednesday onwards every day. I think an email will come from the principal's desk informing you that you have to come with masks, with your own sanitizers, and observe preferably N95 masks. And of course, we're expecting all of you to be vaccinated. All right. What call is taken on whether there is compliance with that point or not will be addressed by the principal and the office. Okay, we are not empowered to discuss that at all. That query will have to go directly to the principal. So enjoy your weekend. All right. You're looking at semester 4. Okay, after this, another 2 semesters, and you're out into the wide, big bad world of the workplace. Choose your generic electives and your skill enhancement courses, thinking of yourself. Be selfish here. Think of yourself. Think of what you need, not what your friend is doing, and who you think, where you will think you will score better or something like that. Think of and choose a subject that you feel will actually help you with your journey, okay? Your journey onto the career ladder or a working world, or even if you're not a very ambitious career person, it doesn't matter, okay? Think of a subject that you think you will really learn something from. If it's a subject that you're very familiar with and you know about, that's not the choice you should take. You should challenge yourself and take a subject where you will learn something new. Okay. If there are no other queries from the Carmel Live desk, we will wind up. If there is anything else any other faculty member has to say, you're most welcome. We are live for another 2 minutes, and after that, it's sign off. Girls, again, please answer the Google form by this evening. Okay. Sister had said by 3 o'clock. That may not be feasible because the form is not yet out. It's almost 12:30. It is past 12:30, and some students may not be able to access it in a few hours. So we'll give you until this evening, 6 o'clock or so. I think you should finish it by then so that we can begin our work. The office can begin their work, okay? And then once the office finishes their work, we have to create our attendance sheets and classrooms so that we are ready for you on Wednesday, right? Okay. It's goodbye from me. I will sign off. If any other staff member wants to say something, please, the floor is yours. Thank you for your thank yous, girls. We are also still available in our WhatsApp groups. If there are still some queries, okay, please send it to your groups or to your CRs, and CRs will get in touch with us. Okay, bye-bye. Have a good weekend.